some sort of shame. Thank you, shame.
We're all coming back to
Bring
public.
back shame.
Hey,
good.
guys,
Welcome to
welcome
the
back
podcast.
to Hill to Die On Pod, dude. I'm Greg Melly.
I'm Grace Lobo.
And today we have a very special
One
guest.
of our faves.
He's never been on a
Bestie
podcast
alert.
before.
You guys have been on mine. I'm Brennan
We've both
Tasseff.
been on
I
your
thought you guys were
podcast.
going to intro me.
No,
I'm
dude,
Brennan
we
Tasseff.
don't.
No,
we're
we like
not.
to say
At Brennan T Comedy on all social media.
Yeah,
we run a better
Get it in there
podcast.
now. Get it in there now.
It's a competition between us.
He's wearing a shirt of his
I
own
saw.
merch.
Yeah. This is my podcast. Your ex drinking buddy. Everyone in this room has been on it.
Everybody.
Maxim?
Well, no, not Max.
That's
Maxim.
fucked up.
Well, he lives down here. I live in Astoria. It's all.
Yeah, it's hard. You can't.
I live here. You
I
made
know.
an exception for me.
Well, you came on when I was still in Manhattan.
Usually we wait until the end to do an apology, but I want to hear you do one now to Maxim.
Maxim, I'm sorry.
Thanks. I'm a good podcast guest. So.
I believe
is.
it.
Do you
hear
want to
that?
come on? We can promote your My Friend's Basement.
Actually, that'd be great.
We
Yeah.
promote it.
All right.
Look at that.
We'll
See,
exchange
also,
numbers.
Networking.
one thing about Brendan is I've brought you clients.
You have. It's so interesting with my show because people will do it and sometimes they're a little hesitant because of the subject matter.
Sure.
And
I
the
have
fact
guests
that
on-
it's at your apartment
Yeah.
and your
Well,
history.
no, that's kind of been.
and
I've been
your-
in New York long enough to where people trust me.
I will
But,
say
like, your
Brendan's
history
apartment
with
is
women as well.
beautiful
Thank
apartment.
you. Grace has been there.
And his
Jack,
girlfriend
we
was
did
there
yours
while I
in the
was there.
studio, and then we did your first one in the studio. Your
And
second
then,
one was in the
yeah.
apartment.
And then that
We've had
third
Greg
time
on
we didn't even have the
twice.
camera rolling.
Oh God, it's just us.
A lot of content.
Gonna be ads for the Patreon.
A lot
It's
of
okay.
content.
We have a couple episodes like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
But the subject matter, people get a little hesitant because I have people on to talk about their best and worst drinking, drug, partying, getting in trouble stories. But once they come on, everyone always goes, "You know who would be great on this?" And I'm like, "Fucking send them over."
Yeah.
It has backfired a few times.
I would
Well, they'll be
imagine.
like, "Oh, you should have so and so
names.
on," and then they come on, and I'm like, "That was terrible."
You're having that
Ooh.
moment now.
Oh, am I?
No, I'm not saying
This
you.
seems
I'm
pretty
saying like
fun.
that's
This
what
seems
you're. I
pretty
was just
fun,
riffing
yeah.
with you.
Okay.
I was
It's
like saying you were
electric, the
saying
See,
that.
energy
Greg
to the
of the
person.
has
versus
this
when we
weird
have no
syndrome
guests.
where he feels like he has to be a bully all the time.
Oh my God! Thank you finally for saying it.
I had
Brennan.
it-
He
I-
actually has
wait.
written an entire bit about it where I am the subject of that bit.
I really wanted.
What?
Listen, this is the deepest. Yeah, you wouldn't know because you don't listen to my comedy. The deepest
don't.
part of my id is I wanted Brennan to be on this podcast, obviously because of how close of friends we are, but also you two are the only people that would call me a bully.
He's
and
so
I think
mean to me,
that
Brennan.
having you two in the room together is just so funny.
It's so
for
funny
me.
because
We
I
could
have
beat
this.
him up.
I have this big intimidating manner.
I'm sorry
and,
for yelling.
I've been incarcerated and it's a whole thing. But
Same.
inside, I'm a big softie.
Right, that's why I take advantage of you.
Yeah, 100%. And it's so weird too.
It's
'cause
emotional manipulation.
That's because you could be so mean to me, but then you're like, dude, I love you. I'm
Yes.
like, oh,
This is
I
so-
really appreciate
This is, you know what I
It's
think it is?
phase one of the honeymoon phase. That's what happens. I learned that in criminal justice when a man is in an abusive relationship with a woman. You do something bad and you're like, I would never hurt you, baby. Come on.
Oh God!
Or you love bomb in the beginning and then pull back in the middle.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's my type. Obsessed.
But I've actually, I love bombed you later.
Yeah, you did actually. Well, it was interesting because I first met you years ago when I first
Whoa.
moved to New York at doing mics and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember because again, rough, gruff, super jacked exterior, but inside just a big marshmallow.
You don't want to tell the pod before about why you're having your hands in front
Don't
of your
worry about
stomach
that.
now? Okay.
That was going to be one of my hills to die on. That pound for pound doesn't mean shit. But
You are a.
that was going to
we'll
be.
wait.
I
We'll wait.
pivoted.
We'll wait.
No, but I remember seeing you and you like came in and you were just like, "What the fuck's up?" And I was like,
Oh,
"I
no.
want him to be my friend."
Wait, that's
Really?
so cute.
Yeah.
Wait.
I
Plot
was
twist.
like,
that turned
That's
into a
so
good thing.
cute.
Yeah,
That's
no.
cool.
And then I went up and I did pretty well. And then afterwards, you're like,
Oh, I
"Dude,
don't remember
was
that.
pretty cool." And then I was like, "Yeah, you did pretty good
Doesn't
too."
sound
And
like-
then we were just fast friends.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh,
cool.
I love that.
In all honesty, you are genuinely probably the nicest person I've met through comedy.
I appreciate that.
Do you know what I've learned about Greg is that he is really mean to you if he likes you
Yeah,
a lot.
100%.
Yeah, I'm
and
from
I think he's
Philadelphia.
really nice
Yeah,
to
it's-
people
yeah.
that he's. I don't think you're really nice to like
Anyone.
people
You're
you
political,
hate.
like it's you're playing politics though. Like you have to be cordial and
I
pleasant
gauge.
around people.
I
Yes.
gauge
Yeah.
how it is. Like
But
so.
Greg is meaner to me than anyone I know, and I'm like, I know that is because you love me, but that's just how he is.
Yeah.
and the
oh,
thing
yeah.
is, I dial it back with you.
Do you?
Oh yeah. Brennan gets it way worse than you.
Well, and that's the thing too. Is
What do
like
you
I
say
grew up.
about him?
Well, I grew up around. Like I have an older brother, but he's so much older. He wasn't around. So I grew up in a very like sister, like hey
Oh,
kind of environment. Like
Okay,
the first
yeah.
thing I noticed, Jack's shirt matched her eyes, matched her
Yeah,
pants.
yeah.
Like I'm very aware of these
Yes.
things. And so when dudes are like fucking gay, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I won't ever wear this outfit again. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, but I'm also like that.
Yeah, but
You know,
I've learned in doing stand up and being around comics, I've learned just to kind of be like, all right, there's two things I won't abide. One, if you act like that and you don't know me,
Yeah.
because you've seen
Yeah,
that
yeah,
side
yeah.
of me at Mike's where I'll do a bit, it doesn't land, and then I get off stage and the next comic who I have no idea who it is,
Oh, I
will
hate
start riffing
that.
on my bit, and I go, yo, this is real, because I have a switch. I'm like, yo, this is real life. Like, I'll come up there
Yeah.
and pull you off that
hey, yo, it's
stage.
Yeah.
real shit,
Yeah.
dog. What you
But-
know about that? Sorry.
If I think it's, I don't know if it's from football or whatever, but if I feel disrespected, I will flip that switch and be
Right.
like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I'll yell at somebody.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing, because Grace thinks she's stronger than me. That's what she doesn't understand. Is like we have a primal switch.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
have
I mean?
that too. I've
Grace,
screamed
you
that at
are a
person.
woman. You're a woman.
What does that mean?
The switch, they're both off.
No, I could switch it on and I could kill somebody.
Oh my god. The closest
Can
thing.
we talk about this? Because I don't think, I don't know.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
Not
You don't
anybody, but I could kill Greg if he really pissed me off.
No, dude, we love each
No,
other.
but
too
see,
much.
let's explore this a little bit.
Okay.
Because I have been in situations where I'm like, oh, I might die. Like I
Yeah,
might have
yeah.
to like hurt this person.
Same.
Yeah, I've never been in that.
But see, that's what I'm saying is
Yeah.
like, and there's a primal switch, like to Greg's point, where it's like, and I don't know, men, women, whatever, gender's a
I don't think it's a
construct.
gender.
Shut
I don't
up.
know.
You're
Yeah.
from Florida, dude.
Yeah.
Just admit there is a primal switch.
Oh, I have it.
Men see red.
I think women have primal switch too, though. Which
It's
when-
not the same. You guys cannot reach. I'm not going to get into it. It's
I
not
think
the
women.
point of the
That's the
pod.
whole thing of women can lift a car off their baby. Have you heard this?
I've only
Yes.
heard this. I've never actually.
I've seen it often.
You've seen it?
No, I'm lying.
You know, the thing is, you were about to say you did, and then you
Did you see it on
realized,
I was
TikTok
gonna
instead of
say,
watching some great
yeah,
cinema?
Some film.
hell yeah.
That's a callback to our last step. If you
Hell
didn't
yeah.
listen.
No, they listen. They listen to all of them.
I can't believe you were like, I'm going to be productive. And then you just get sucked into
Yeah,
the
I know.
algorithm
Of course
she
for
does.
hours.
I think I'm gonna read a book, and then I'm like, but I'll look at TikTok for like, I'll look at TikTok really quick. And I used to not have TikTok on my phone,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to post more, so I go on it all the time now that I have
What a
it.
good excuse. Do you read, Brendan?
I read, yes. I read, and then I also watch movies. You mentioned on your
You're a
last
big
episode,
movie guy, though.
I love movies.
Right.
And
That's
you
also we also relate a lot to like just our interests
Yeah.
are very
sports
parallel.
movies.
Yeah, know what I mean?
yeah. But yeah, I
being
read.
men.
Yeah, just guys.
I
Fucking
read
picking
books.
things up, putting them down.
I read books.
I read
Times
actual
it.
books.
Yeah.
I don't
Still
do
the visual
audio
learner.
books. I read actual books. But the books I read are textbooks. Like I read
Oh.
historical nonfiction. I just read textbooks basically.
Early onset Republican.
It's
show-
not
to-
that
Shane
early.
Gillis,
To quote the
Yeah.
I was
great
super
Shane
liberal until I
Gillis.
moved to New York, and I was like, "How much did you take out of my paycheck?"
Not for long though,
No.
with everything going on.
Listen here, guys.
I literally had a counter in my head how quick I can make Brendan do his Trump.
I had it. What was it? 7 minutes in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
11 maybe.
But yeah, we had a lot of similar interests and stuff. But I watch a lot of movies just by myself. You had mentioned you watch more movies in a relationship.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is similar to Grace in the sense where she's like we have a Dirty Dancing poster. We're grown adults who live in a nice apartment, and there's a Dirty Dancing poster in our bedroom.
Yeah, that's grown
It's-
is a bit of an exaggeration if you have a Dirty Dancing
Well,
poster.
No,
yeah.
their apartment is
grown just
grown
from
up,
an
though.
How
You
old
guys
is
have
your girlfriend?
35,
How old are you?
37.
classic.
Yeah.
That's a
Crazy,
little predatorial.
crazy age gap. How do you guys make that work?
Yeah,
My ex-fiance was 6 years younger than me.
Whoa.
When we started dating, I had just gotten out of rehab, and she wasn't legally allowed to drink yet.
Oh, that's better than what I thought you were gonna say. That is
So in Florida, it's 16 to 24.
do not
Yeah, exactly,
do not
exactly.
use Florida legislator to prove a point that
Yeah.
you have. That's such a podcast.
Real quick for
laugh.
everyone in the room,
Yeah.
what is the youngest state of consent?
Michigan.
Tennessee.
No. Hawaii,
Really?
Whoa.
13.
Why do you know that
What?
off the dome?
Yeah, that is.
I learned it a long time ago, and then it's just
I
always
learned it a
stuck
long
with me.
time ago. Don't worry about it.
No, when I was in high school, I mean, it's probably
Don't
changed now.
backtrack. It's good.
When I was
Italy,
in
it's
high
10,
school, I
so-
was turning 18 while I was still dating my high school sweetheart, who was a few years
Oh,
younger
I
than me,
see.
and I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, this is
Yeah.
terrible. I'm gonna
That
go to
is terrible.
jail."
You're gonna go
Oh.
to jail.
Well,
And then she
you
dumped me
did.
anyway.
And then you did. go
But then
to
I
jail.
did, yeah, several
That's fine.
times.
You did go to
Several
jail.
times.
I know.
Not for that.
Not for
though.
anything like
Not
that,
for
though.
that.
It was for drinking and bar fights and stuff
just
like
drinking and
And
bar
the stuff
fights,
with
which
that
you can do at
girl.
any age.
that. No.
I'm
don't.
kidding. I'm
Don't
kidding. I'm
joke
kidding.
about that.
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
and
kidding.
it's funny because you make those jokes, but because I look like this, I immediately people are like, "Knew it."
No,
Yeah,
I
that
don't.
tracks.
I
You
don't
did a
think you're
Trump
given
impression.
I
like.
Too
played college
early.
football. I'm 6'1", 230 pounds. I can lift a car.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, he
people
doesn't
would,
even need to have mom adrenaline. He
No.
could just
people
lift
would
a car.
surely believe that you hit one, but no one
Oh
would
my
think.
god! This is now like the third
This is
episode
actually
in
my
a
hill
row.
to die on.
Really?
Well, not women, but just
we
violence in general. We'll get into it. Later,
Okay.
whenever you want to.
I just named 2 of his hills to die on.
Okay, yeah, I want to get into your hill to time. So first,
That's
I
how
want to
well I know Brennan,
Yeah,
by the way.
absolutely.
I want to give a little bit of an intro, a little bit of background on
You look good, buddy.
Yeah,
Relax.
you look good. It's weird. We do have a monitor on, so we can see what we look like.
I know.
It's
the couches.
Here's the thing. I actually don't like having it on. Greg insists on having it on.
No, you have to have it on.
Exactly.
Okay.
She doesn't understand professionalism.
I don't like to look at myself.
Yeah, I heard that outro on the last one. That was you're the
Well,
king of professionalism.
we were
Thank you.
stepping on each other, throwing.
It was bad. We were running out of time. It's not about the outro. It's about the fucking clip
yeah,
farming,
yeah,
dog.
yeah.
That's true.
What do you know about modern America?
Opus is what I use, but
Opus and Anthony?
no, Opus Pro or whatever it is.
Nice.
That's what I use to cut clips. It's AI. You
Oh,
just plug in
I
the
use-
episode and it cuts
Jack
them.
is our AI.
You go through each episode individually? Oh my God.
Yeah.
How much are they paying you?
A lot with love.
Oh, okay.
But she also works at I'm trying to like make it seem okay that we don't pair. We've tried to, but Jaclyn works at like an editing studio. So
Oh,
she
so
does
you
it during
just-
the day as
okay.
well too.
Kill time.
But yeah, Jack's incredible with it. Like all of
Yeah,
our,
no, I
if
see the
anyone
clips.
needs
from the
Jack to
beginning.
edit
From the
our
beginning,
clips,
our clips have all
if
been
anyone
Jaclyn.
needs
Yeah.
Yeah,
editing,
for real.
Jack's
That's
I've
awesome.
I've plugged Jaclyn so much, dude. Truly, and I'm like,
Well,
I
that's
always
her
start
pay.
with
Yeah,
like,
that's what we're talking
I
about.
always start with like, yo, I know
I don't. Think
it's
Jack
my
got enough
girlfriend,
credit.
but like, actually, she's good, dude.
Not one of these ladies with a tiny brain.
No,
it's getting
none of
worse.
these.
I know.
It used to be good.
Well, I stopped doing it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was just kidding, by the way.
No, I haven't done it in a long time.
Well, because
Practice
he's
it. Do
not
it for the
president
rest-
anymore. Ever since Kamala won.
Do
It's
it for
been
the rest
tough.
of the episode.
Listen here,
Should I do the
Grace. I
cat?
don't know if I can. Plus,
You-
I threw up last night, so my voice is
Oh,
a
you
little
threw
hoarse.
up last
You
night.
do-
Yeah,
Well, you didn't hear. You
Oh.
got back on the wagon.
Oh.
off the wagon. But no,
Yeah.
I was never on it to know.
I have this weird fun fact. You know why I call it on the wagon? So a long time ago, they used to walk water wagons through the streets and spray water at the
You know how
people
big of an
who were
alcoholic
passed
you'd have
out
to be
at
to
bars.
know
Wait,
this
I
story?
wanna
I'm
know
a
this.
history buff.
I want to know
Um,
this. He's a Republican.
So they'd go
Come
through
on.
Skid Row and spray water on all the people passed out in front of the bars.
Damn.
So if you were on the wagon, you
You
were
were
the one spraying the water.
spraying
You weren't passed
water.
out off the wagon.
I'm sorry I cut you off. That was
That's
an
kind of a
interesting
narc
story.
move, though. I actually think that's really lame.
Look
to
who's
get on
talking.
the
To get on the-
wagon and spray people with water. Listen, I'm on the wagon, but I'm not spraying anybody with water.
No,
You would.
never.
No, I'm
I
gonna
actually have a hill to die on about that too.
wait. Okay. So I'll give a little bit of background about Brennan, and then I want to get into your hills to
Yeah,
die on
please,
because you
please
have
talk
several
about yourself in like 2 sentences.
stand-up, very funny stand-up comedian. You've
Thank
been doing
you.
stand-up comedy for how long?
And recently, what have
long
you been
time.
doing?
Touring.
There we go.
Oh
Here we
yeah. No, yeah. I started comedy in 2009. Took a break. Drugs, alcohol, addiction.
Whatever, jail. Don't worry about it.
jail. But then I
Wagons.
got back when I got sober. I got really head on back into comedy in 2018. So I've been doing comedy like as my life for 7 years now.
Nice.
Yeah, and I've been touring with the very funny Matt Fulcher, the Full Charge.
Nice.
He's doing a nationwide tour before he records a special in November.
Hey,
So I've been
that's
going
sick.
out with him on a bunch of dates.
Where you guys been?
Charlotte, Boston, Hartford. I
Oh.
got Denver coming up.
All the
a bunch of
armpits
Florida
of America
shows we
And
did.
Denver.
It is weird though when you go home because I went home for like to do the shows.
Right.
And
Home is
I,
Florida.
I was like, hey boy, oh boy, kids coming back. Here we go.
Yeah.
I had like 4 people that are like friends show up to the shows, and I was like,
But I think
I thought I knew more people.
I don't
lived here
really
for
know,
30
but like I
years.
feel like there's probably like when you are a like former addict or alcoholic, you have like 2 separate lives.
that no, 100%, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like there's 2 Brennans. That's what I was saying. Like, so Brennan comes into my work a lot, and he actually came in last
Every
week, and
Wednesday.
he knew the bartender, like our bartender, from before New York,
Wow.
which is
He's a
just
Florida boy, gang,
which is
gang.
crazy. They knew each other from Florida. Was that like a?
Did you know he was there?
3, 8, 3 plus 3 is 6.
Oh
3, 8,
no,
6.
was that like a
Oh, I like that.
Daytona?
cool? All right. So they knew each other from
2
Florida,
different people.
which is wild.
cool.
But like so it's interesting to me. Like I know Brennan, and then my bartender, my coworker, knows a different Brennan.
Oh yeah.
You know. So
Well, and it's interesting. The funny part about that is not only the like drunk version and the sober version, but just like with being the sober version comes like the gym every day,
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
comedy
yeah.
related
Oh, yeah.
every day, like that work ethic comes with it. I used to be the guy who would show up, and I've told you, I think I told everyone in this room this story, but I used to show up to work with a Zephyr Hills water bottle, no water, all vodka in my trunk.
Right.
And then on my break, I'd go out, smoke a cigarette and drink trunk vodka, which was super hot.
Ugh.
And then I'd go to the bar after work, and then I'd go home and
This
drink
like
and watch
turns my
Burn Notice
stomach.
alone.
oh, but great show.
But now, yeah, 100%.
You know?
But at the same time, it's like now, like I woke up this morning, like I went to the Met, came home, wrote, cut clips,
Wow.
came here. And then after this, I'm going to meet another comic up at a club after this. So it's like the pivot of like what my time is now invested in is bananas.
And it's good too with age and maturity in general. I think having a girlfriend at home that's like grounding and helps you, and you know, there's
my girlfriend now is very supportive. My girlfriend in the first 3 months we were together came to more shows than the 4.5 years I was with my ex.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, and it's interesting, like the person you're with. I'm sorry, guys, but it's interesting the person you're with, and you guys can understand this. It's so
we get it. Almost everybody in this room gets it.
But it's so bananas how it's like.
I feel like they don't know
Hey, Grace, not now.
This isn't for you. How it can be so like you won't even like know.
Yeah.
Like while you're in it, like with my ex, I was just like, oh my God, I booked so and so on the podcast, or guess who I'm like met at the cellar, and like we talked for a while, and those are milestones because for us in comedy and any art form, really, it's like about who you meet and who you run into. It's all a variation of preparation and luck.
Right.
Like that's all it is. And I would come home and tell her, and she'd be like, yeah, whatever. I'm watching like Sex in the City. And I'd be like,
well, that's
are you
the first
fucking kidding me? Yeah. But now with my current girlfriend, I was like, yeah, someone asked me to do a show on Friday, and she was like, oh my God, like you're doing a spot. That's awesome on a Friday. That's so cool. And I'm like, this is way different.
It almost like, it's almost so much in the other way. It becomes a little Make-A-Wishy.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Where you're like, wait, who's paying you?
Yeah. Well, cause like when Matt,
yay, Brennan.
Because when Matt goes on tour sometimes, because I'm a feature, so I don't, it's the money's what the money is, and so sometimes I'm like, fuck, like, do I really want to miss an entire weekend of work?
Yes.
To make a third of what I'd make on the road? And the answer's obviously always every time, yes.
You've been in it long enough to know.
Yeah. But it's so funny because my ex would be like, well, you better fucking figure it out with rent. And my current girlfriend is like, okay, like I'll cover it. Like, don't worry about it. And I'm like,
that's good.
well, you don't have to do that. Like, I'm still going to cut. Like, I'm just worried about it. But she's very quick to be like, whatever you need. I'm here. Whatever you need.
How long have you guys been together?
2.5 years.
But it feels like an eternity.
Well, and also I do this thing when I got older. I started doing this thing on first and second dates with people where I'm just, here it is.
Yeah.
I lived in a halfway house. I've been arrested 8 times. I've been incarcerated 4.
No wonder it's so
Trump.
good on the podcast.
I'm not vaccinated.
Oh, you voted for Trump?
No. I just want to start throwing. This is a comedy podcast. I want to start throwing out some funnies.
Yeah.
No, but I do throw everything out on the table. And actually, for some people, it scares them away, obviously. But for her, she was like, I've never met anyone that honest before in my life. And I was like, all right, cool.
Dude, it's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
If they leave, awesome.
Yeah.
If they don't,
I'm not.
awesome.
No, you don't want that kind of person.
They're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, eventually.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, comedy for 7 years, full time.
Yeah.
That's like
and
me
you have
when,
a very successful podcast.
Yes,
right?
I do.
When like me and Jack met, she was like, okay, I have 2 moms. I was like, oh, all right. Let's see how much.
Had you not seen any of her comedy? Come on.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
2 moms and a brother. That was a Marine, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Very mistaken.
Went to Harvard though.
I went to Harvard. That's it.
Yeah.
I knew he did something.
You think her brother was in the Marines?
He doesn't know him. He's pretty big. Yeah,
He's a big dude. He
No.
went to Harvard.
Yeah, you went to Harvard.
She's the only straight one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do know that.
I
And
knew
she
that.
likes crystals.
Meth.
Pretty much. Pretty
All
much.
right, let me
I
hear
could
the
joke
whole
about
dialogue.
Brennan,
Brennan
I could joke
also,
about
I
all
just
of
want to
you.
plug really quickly that you have a very successful podcast.
do.
We've talked about it a little bit.
And
but
they
you've
have
been doing the
merch. That's how
podcast-
goddamn
You've been doing the
successful.
podcast for how long?
5 years.
So
Look at that.
almost the whole time you've done comedy. Not quite. But
No, yeah, I got into it. And that's a weird thing, like, because doing open mics and stuff from 2009 to 2018, basically. Like, I would do comedy, but it would be like once every couple months, stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I wasn't like running shows or anything, but you still have that muscle. So when I came back in, it was weird because I was like, all right, I got to start doing all the
Something,
things that I've
yeah.
talked about
Yes.
and drunkenly been with friends and been like, oh, we got to
I'm gonna
start
start a
this.
podcast,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I was like, oh, I'm just going to do those things now.
Also, I feel like being like, I don't want to say rehab because it's not that, but like being sober, I feel like it gives you this new mold that you feel like you can do anything you want with.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
and
it's
full
like now it's time for me to like.
Yeah, 100%. Full disclosure, my last drunk, I woke up in the hospital being told I should be dead. So for me, when I got sober, I was like, oh, this is all like extra. This is all an extra
New lease
life.
on
Like
life.
this is
Yeah,
all.
I get
So
it.
everything that I ever thought about wanting to do, I did. I moved to New York City. which everyone talks about, like leaving. Oh, I don't like the town.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in Jacksonville, Florida, and I was like, bet we're going to New York. And as much shit as I talk about my ex, she also wanted to get to New York. I would have never gotten here without her. So I do love her for that. But like, I came to New York. I got back into comedy. I fucking tour. I started a podcast. Like I did all these things because I was like, I should be dead. Like, and all, not like I got another fender bender, and I almost like, I literally woke up to a doctor being like, yeah, dude, we've never seen this before.
Brendan was like,
you should be dead.
You got lucky.
Huge.
I just came out like,
it was huge.
Oh, listen here, doctor.
You said yes, I said no.
No, but when I
Still
did
breathing.
I talk about this in my one-man show, which I also did. When I woke up I did tell the doctor, I was like, I've been training for this my whole life. Like joking, and he was just like, this isn't funny. And I was like, all right.
No, come on.
Tough round.
It's funny. It's
Someone
funny.
get these IVs out of me. I gotta go.
If you can't laugh at
if you
almost
can't
dying,
laugh at
it's
your
like you should
impending
have
death.
just died. It's
Right,
like,
but the doctor definitely shouldn't.
No.
Well, I don't know. That's not the bedside manner I'm looking for. Okay, so anyway, your hills to die on. We've heard we know they're numerous.
Yeah, so do you want me to run through them and just pick one, or do you want to go
pick your
through?
favorite, and we'll see where we go from there. How about that?
Okay. So a couple of them, I'll throw the two that I don't want to talk about first.
Okay, good.
And
He
then
took
we
your
can just-
advice and
Pick your
said, go
least
fuck
favorites.
yourself.
Yeah.
Well, because I want to spend the most time on the last one.
Sure.
Okay.
which
This
the one
is
I
your
wanna talk about.
podcast,
Yeah.
buddy.
So the first one I had, and this is immediately when you were like, yes, pick your hill to die on. I immediately thought of this one because I was in the gym when you texted it to me. But Greg and I always get into this argument about pound for pound strength versus actual strength.
Yeah.
Because Greg used to be very strong pound for pound.
No,
Sure.
I used to be fucking yoked.
You did.
I'm still strong.
And you were always like, well, pound for pound,
No.
pound. And my whole idea.
He was yoked. I saw a picture today.
I sent Grace and Sarah the pre-comedy.
I saw the picture of him today, but I'm just disagree with him being
Someone
strong.
said you were skinny. You were like, that's it. This is the last straw.
Yep. That was my rock bottom. You almost died. I
Got called skinny.
got sad.
2 women called him skinny on his own podcast.
I got sad.
But that is a weird thing, is like this idea, because my idea when it comes to being like, because I power lift, so I lift very heavy things for low amount of reps.
Powerfully.
Very powerfully. But my whole idea with strength is like, I use it as functional strength. So like, God forbid you get stuck somewhere and you need to rip a door open. Pound for pound doesn't matter. Can you open the door or not?
And you really
Yeah,
need that
yes.
as a comedian too.
No, but in your life,
So, like-
But in my head, that's how it operates.
Totally
is like,
He's
agree.
like, you type,
Strength
but he
is
types.
strength.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
but in my head, it's like strength
actually
is
a
strength.
really
So
good
when someone's like,
typist.
well, pound for pound, I'm stronger than you. It's like, yeah, but if I put all this weight on a barbell, you can't lift it. I can. So I am
agree.
stronger.
I agree with you. I agree
but my
completely.
thing is, dude, if you are the strongest you could be with the limitations given to you, it's more impressive.
That's like being like,
what I was at 165, 5'7", 165, my strength was so much more impressive than what you have because you can get up to 230.
No, he's right. I mean, I don't take it personally because you're absolutely right. I'm 6'1", 230
Like
pounds.
265.
yeah,
Oh.
but overall,
I will come across
No,
this
I'm kidding.
table.
I'll show you how strong I am.
Ah!
But yeah, but now, first, yeah, you're.
But it
Well,
is, but that was one of the ones that I thought of. And then I was like, nah, that's too
Yeah,
like,
Grace won't.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so scratch that one. Another one that I had, and this was
wait, I
pertaining.
have thoughts on that. I think that
You're not allowed to
okay,
speak.
Fine.
Another one that I had was pertaining to comedy, but then grand scope, it actually happens a lot more, is I take it very personally, and I know I shouldn't, but my hill to die on is when a comedian, and I know people have this in the regular life, you meet someone and they hit like a little bit of a snag, get a DUI, something bad happens,
Sure.
they get in trouble
Just
at
a
work.
little snag like a DUI.
They quit drinking for like a week, and then they go around being like, well, I'm sober.
That's not me. Though.
And I get because I've seen comics quit drinking for like 2 or 3 weeks. Then they will have material about being sober.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, well, that's their business. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're influential.
My
Other
costume
people
is not your
see-
culture.
Well,
My
and
culture's not
the
your
thing that
costume.
bothers me, and
Oh, fuck.
He looked at the camera so proud.
I
too.
really thought I popped off with
my
He was
that.
like-
culture is not your
Yeah, it's
costume.
fucked up.
But the thing that bothers me about it is like some of these people that I'm referring to, that they're friends of mine, and I don't like dislike them because they do it. The problem is they are very influential. They have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. So if they see you talking about being sober and then they see you post something a month later where you're drinking,
Yeah.
they immediately think sobriety doesn't work.
Yeah.
So if they have a problem, their knee-jerk reaction is like, well, I guess this is just my life. So I have a real problem when it comes to people, especially when they have a sphere of influence.
Yeah.
It's like you're either in the boat or you're not. Now, if you relapse like an Artie Lang situation, that's one thing. But if you're like, I'm sober, I have all this material about being
I'm
sober now.
but I'm doing dry January.
Even though you know you're doing it for like a period of time, like fuck off.
I haven't drank in like 6 months, and I feel like I've said though from the beginning I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
Like I've never been, and I also am not.
Do you think that's because you're a quitter?
That's what my dad called me when I went to rehab.
Yeah, if you just call it taking a break, you're never relapsing.
Well, and that's the other thing too is like, or like people who quit drinking or quit heroin but still smoke weed. Like just say I don't drink. Say,
yeah,
I don't drink
because I'm certainly not AA sober.
Yeah.
I haven't drank in like I did 75 hard at the beginning of the year. That was why I stopped drinking.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but then I loved it.
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
did too.
I feel really good. Like I'll just keep going.
It's so surprising when you're not putting poison in your
I
body.
mean,
how
honestly,
good you
what
feel.
you were talking
Welcome
about earlier
to my side of this conversation.
Earlier when you were like, you have so much more time. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I've been like, is I have so much more time to do. I don't know how I was doing it before because the time I would spend drinking with my friends, I can carve out that time in my life. But like,
how much were you drinking?
I'd go out and drink.
You should listen
lot.
to our episode.
Yeah.
She drinks a lot.
I used to drink a lot. Yeah, I would definitely. But like,
she was going to functions. She was like black tie affair, getting wasted.
Yeah, I was at a lot of open bars.
It's like a James Bond movie.
But I also like even doing comedy the last couple years. I feel like a lot of times you're getting paid in drinks. So if you're having one beer, might as well have two.
Yeah, that might be tough for you. I didn't even think.
No, I get paid in clips, baby.
Yeah, baby.
What?
Yeah, baby.
What 37-year-old man have you seen flick his wrist like that?
He's sober.
If I do shows and they're like, hey, like, we'll pay you in like drinks. I go, hey, can I get food? And if they go, no, I go, I'm setting up the tripod then, and I'm doing crowd work. We're getting clips out of this then.
Yeah.
That's how I'm getting paid.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I like an athletic. I'd still drink stuff, but not like.
But my whole point about it is I don't mind for
agree.
material.
I never want to
and
say. I would say I'm not AA
trip
sober.
to Panama.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
it's completely.
No offense, guys. I know you recently took a trip to Panama.
Yeah, not me.
She's
I
been
didn't get
everywhere.
invited on the trip.
I mean, we didn't go to Panama either.
You went to Peru.
Yeah.
Didn't you just get back from a trip?
I went to Costa Rica.
Whatever. It's all the same.
Whoa.
Yeah,
they're
it's
all the same. Did you hear
Say
that?
the Trump
You
voice.
thought Portugal
Because
was
shitty
Latin America.
countries.
And then Brennan said
Thank
they
you.
all look the same. I cannot.
Listen here. If it's
This is
brown,
like,
flush
yeah.
it down.
It's like pound for pound strength with Greg and knowing where places are. Don't even worry.
Yeah,
It's
So
more
this
impressive.
is my actual.
Wait, I want to talk about that though, because
Okay.
true. All right, what were you saying? True.
Okay, you're realistic.
my
Your
real
mountain to die on.
hill to die on. The number one thing where
This
I was
better be
like,
goddamn.
if
right.
Ready?
I'm coming on this podcast, this is what we're gonna talk
I'm
about.
coming when I come.
I'm falling for time because I was so excited about it, and now I can't remember which one it was. Hang on, let me pull it up.
That means he didn't even think your joke was funny.
No, he didn't. Can I say it's raining so hard right now?
Oh, this is okay. This is it's gonna be great. Greg,
Okay, I'm
you and
ready.
I have talked about this ad nauseum. I think
I don't know
we
what that
need
means.
to bring back physical violence for verbal miscues. I think people talk way too much out of pocket
Whoa.
because of social media. Not enough people are getting hit in the face for saying dumb shit anymore.
Can I one up you?
Yeah.
Bring back dodgeball and call it a day.
Okay.
No.
100%.
But okay, yes.
We gotta start pegging nerds again.
No.
Pagan nerds. It's not about
but
nerds.
My
Oh, it's not?
It's nerds who talk
Go
shit.
watch Down with Tech from Nathan McIntosh and tell me it's not about nerds. Nerds are destroying the
I
world.
have 100 movies I have to watch when
It's
I
not
go
a movie,
home.
it's a
When I go
stand-up
home.
comedian, Grace. Nerds are destroying the
know.
world.
Okay.
Nathan McIntosh says very, very simply in his special, how is it the most unsocial human beings were the ones to create social media? It's because they banned dodgeball. Continue, Brennan.
But that's my thing. Is like, I grew up, and I don't know if it's the Florida. I'm a little bit older than everyone in this room, so I don't know
little
if it
bit.
was an age thing.
A little bit?
I grew. Yeah, you're like 32.
What?
No.
Okay, you're back in the gym, bro. No.
Greg's like 18.
Like I grew up in I graduated in the 2000s.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it wasn't that fucking 80s.
Yeah.
But
But you were born in them.
that's true. Tail end, baby. 88.
Yeah.
But it's insane to me how people just say things now, and I'm like,
No.
have you lost your
repercussions.
fucking mind?
Yeah.
And it's one
So you're
thing
anti-free speech.
well, and it's this whole thing like
Nah, but freedom
No,
of speech, but the consequences.
consequences
I
that
agree.
come with it.
I agree.
Yeah.
You can say anything.
We've had a talk about this on the pod
Yeah.
episodes ago about how all for freedom of speech, but you gotta get the
Yeah, you
consequences.
gotta
There
get
are going to
ready.
be consequences. Because the thing that bothers me about it is like, if you say certain things, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier with like, I'll be at an open mic and someone who doesn't even know me will like start talking to me in a way like how you and I would talk, but like, we're not friends. So it's like, I will hit you. Like, what?
Yeah,
I've been arrested too many times to get talked
Yeah,
down
that's
to
awesome.
by a 17-year-old. Like, what are
Yeah,
you doing?
yeah.
But I think this whole idea, like social media and the anonymity that comes with that, that was a hard
Completely.
word, I almost tripped over.
No,
it.
it's okay. Greg
People
can't say
just think
anything.
they can say whatever they want. And it's like, you would never say that to me, like if we were standing in a
Yeah.
room together.
How much
I
do you think
completely
the
agree.
pandemic has to do with that?
I think it has something to do with it because we were all so hyper focused in on our lives through the internet at the
Right.
time. But I think it's just the social media and this culture of we can just say whatever we want. There's so many times I'll post a clip and it's just, it'll either get a lot of likes and no comments or no likes and all these comments of just hate.
Yeah, but
And
I'm
that's
like-
that's it's whatever. We'll
But
take that.
but that's my point is like,
Yeah.
everyone's like, well, that's just the internet. It's like, who are these fucking people?
Yeah, why
it's-
are people
I think
doing
you can
that?
shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not like, I don't feel a way. I don't get annoyed by people like shitting on the clip or what the product is. But if they shit on you,
Yeah.
like personally, where I'm like, oh, like, all right, you're kind of a dick.
Well, and the other thing too is the context. Like people will be, because I posted clips and one that sticks with me is a guy was like, well, it's a guy standing, but I don't know if I'd call it stand up. And I was like, there's people laughing in the room.
Yeah,
like I had
yeah.
to stop speaking because people were laughing so
Right,
hard.
right.
Yeah.
Like, are you out of your, and also
And then
comedy
he
is
found him and hit
subjective.
him.
No, he's dead.
I used
actually,
to, no, I actually used to do, Greg knows this about me and I'll tell your listeners,
Please.
I used to get so
not the viewers though.
bent out of shape about people leaving mean comments. And to your point where it
Valid.
was just like, not even about the comedy, like coming after me, I would respond with my full address.
That's awesome.
And I'd be like, next time you're in New York, come and see me. Here's where I live.
That is
I
fucking psychotic.
think that's awesome.
But it's also like,
Do you think it has to do with like you being bigger?
Yeah, if you were smaller, do you think you'd be as like,
I,
yeah.
I can't view
No,
the-
hell
I
no.
can't
But I'm
view
saying
the world
I
through that
think
lens,
okay,
though.
I think
Imagine you're Greg.
close your eyes and think. All right, no, you're right there. You're almost there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I driving a mini car?
Yeah, that's only.
This
that's-
is your
that's the
hands.
kind they make for you.
No, I meant more of like because of how you appear. Do you think they
Yeah.
feel more confident to say shit to you because they think you can take it?
Yeah, actually, I never thought about it like that. That's a good, and that's goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where it's like if I'll be in a room with comics, sometimes some of the like guys that I know well will like start razzing me, and in my head I just have to be like, all right, this is just what it is. This is how it is.
Yeah.
Don't like
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
And I guess
obviously.
that's
Don't
a
show them
thing.
I could kill them.
But well, no, more don't cry because then
Oh.
you're gonna look like an asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess it does have something to
God,
do with
I
that.
love Brennan.
But
Yeah.
it is
He breaks every stereotype.
Dude, when I did that roast, the first roast, I can't believe I'm still talking about it,
Oh,
like 3
God.
years ago, because I was like, I don't do roast.
Yeah,
I
me
was
neither.
invited to do a roast. And the whole time it's these like younger comics who are the judges. They didn't like me immediately. I thought it was a roast, so I was like playing it up, and I got in the person that I was roasting was face, but she was like a young woman, and they were like, yo, they literally stopped the whole show, like not as a bit. They were like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, oh, I thought we were like doing a thing.
You're like, I just saw 8 Mile. I
Yeah,
got
Whoa.
I was
confused.
like, I thought we were like playing it up
You're
for
like,
the YouTube.
listen, she doesn't know, but you can say stuff. There's physical violence consequences.
Um,
I'm gonna smack
But I
her.
remember after that, these 3 people who my career, and it's not much of a career, but my career has surpassed all 3 of them.
Right.
Then they were the judges, and they're like talking shit to me. And I remember being on that stage being like, you could kill everyone in here. Do not cry. You're stronger than everyone in
What
here.
a
Oh,
funny
I love
difference
it.
between the
Everyone in
first 2
I
sentences.
love that.
But
Do
it's like
not
one of those things
cry.
where it's like,
You could
don't
kill
give
everyone.
Fucking murder everyone in here.
Don't
but
give them
do
that
not
power.
cry.
Don't give them that power.
Yeah.
You're
Completely.
better than all
Yes.
of them. Don't
Yeah.
give them that power.
Yeah.
Roasting's also just the. It's just not.
Greg and I
comedy.
were supposed to roast each other, and then we didn't.
It's,
Which
it's
I'm
the
really-
NBA draft. Who do you
I'm
think
really
gonna
glad
do?
we didn't, to be honest.
The Sixers had the 3rd pick. Do you think
I thought you guys were going to trade out of that, to be honest.
Nah, dude. We did exactly what we needed to do.
Greg traded out of the
Think
roast.
it's going to be good?
Yeah, he's awesome.
You Edgecombe, right?
Yeah, but we're not gonna.
Okay, yeah.
We'll
That
talk about
Ace
that.
Bailey pick
Oh,
by
fuck.
Utah, though, where he specifically
he's
was like,
gonna blow.
I don't want to go to Utah.
he's
And
gonna
then
blow.
Danny Ainge was
Still
like, I don't
drafted.
give a fuck.
That's like if you could choose how you were born. And you're like, I do not want red hair, and God was like, red
I would
hair.
never pick not red hair.
Okay,
No,
well,
she's the Red Wolf.
Thank you,
whatever.
Brennan.
I like the hill.
I thought
I-
I'd get more resistance from Grace.
I think she's
so
kind of scared
I'm-
of you right now.
No, I'm thinking
She
about
was
it.
all in. She was
You're-
like, 100%. I
You're
was
bringing
like,
a lot of
all right, I
power.
misread
Okay,
the
I
room.
have thoughts on it, but I overall, I I think, okay, it makes me think of the Will Smith slap.
Right. That's what I'm going to say. I would say
Because
genuinely I
think
disagree.
To a point, I agree with you. I think people should be aware of the consequences of you might get hit for what you say. And we've talked about this in the pod. Not necessarily you might get hit, but you can say whatever you want. But just so you know, there might be consequences.
Yeah.
You might have to.
I'll send you a picture of the back of my ball sack.
What the fuck?
You send a mean comment, here's my taint.
Okay.
Oh, I always just say I love my fans. That pisses them off. They're like, I'm not your fan. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
love you guys.
Yes,
Thank
I
you
mean,
so
killing
much.
with kindness, I do love that.
I think that we need to bring back more altercations physically, but that's more of like a gun issue.
Yeah.
Like I think if we just got more
What?
fights, think about it. If we got
for
more
anti-gun.
physical,
I thought you
yeah.
were saying like bring back like Alexander Hamilton, Aaron Burr style dueling, and I was
What
like,
are you,
I don't think we
retarded?
should do that.
you love
you
No.
think I'm fucking talking
He's
about
so mean to me.
Aaron Burr?
He doesn't like when I talk about history.
Alexander
Because he doesn't know it.
Hamilton,
You
biggest
think
elitist
that that's what
in
I
the
was thinking
country.
about? What
Guy
part
got
of
a
my
musical,
I thought you meant
and he
bring back
destroyed
more
the
gun
middle
violence.
what
class.
part of
Just
my
throwing that out
intelligence?
there.
I like how you had like a side
I'm
note
throwing this out here
while
to the
we're
listeners.
arguing like a
Alexander
married
Hamilton, most
couple.
overrated politician.
I'm like, you
in
don't
history.
even know me, and you're in the corner like Alexander Hamilton, born in
Elitist.
I couldn't even tell you.
Elitist destroyed the middle class.
Yeah.
But-
I think more physical altercations is better, just because like kids
It's
getting
actually
in
funny
school
you
just
bring up the
getting
Will
fucked
Smith
up.
thing because I was very much like, fuck Will Smith.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. I
Chris
thought that
Rock
was
is a
inappropriate.
comic.
I agree, and that's my biggest.
So now you're making
changing
me
yours?
rethink. No,
Because-
this is like just making me rethink it because I think it's and the way I think about The Hill is like if you're a comic or an actor or you're doing a performance,
Right.
whatever it is, performative, however it is, I put that in a different category than you just being like,
addicted
you
to someone in
fucking
real life.
suck.
Yeah,
Right, because it's
yeah.
not real.
yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure,
it's
sure.
It's
it's
not
real.
pretend.
Right,
It's all
it's
jokes.
not-
It's
Yeah,
not real.
I think that. Yeah,
It's not real.
Like when a comic goes up, like if I talk about Burn Notice and like this happened one time at Greenwich Village and a comic went up after me. And it's like one thing if you want to like, if you had a bit like
about Burn Notice.
like if you had another bit where like there's so many comics that go up and they have bits about like, oh, I got so drunk I did this or that. And then I go up and I talk about being sober. Like they're bits that add to the vibe
Yes,
of the room.
yeah.
But if you go up and just go fucking Burn Notice, what a loser. Now we got a problem because
Right.
that's not a bit. That's not pretend.
But you could also argue, hey, there's so many things that run through a comic's head when they go on
Yeah.
stage. Maybe that's all they heard, and let me
Yeah.
just jump in. Also, I would say you might be the only comic in the United States of America to have a bit about Burn Notice.
yeah.
I posted it a bunch and like tagged USA Network. Nobody gives a
I
shit.
thought you were saying tagged
Well,
us.
I mean,
and was
nobody
like,
gives a
I
shit about
didn't-
USA
I don't think
Network.
you did.
That's true.
What is this, 2007?
I feel like I've riffed on comic sets after they've. Sometimes I feel like when a comic, and I doubt this has ever been something you do, but I've been at a mic or a show where a comic will go up and say stuff that's like offensive or like weird about women or like whatever. And
Mhm.
I feel like I cannot get on stage without kind of being like, that was fucking weird. Like,
right, but that's not. But that
yeah, no,
was.
I know that's not
Yeah.
what that is, but I'm just,
I have a story. Literally the last show I hosted, it was like 2 weeks ago.
God.
I know. I'm
Hard
fucking I'm
flex.
out of it.
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh no. That doesn't seem like a flex at all.
I
Anyway,
was trying to play you up for the
sorry.
viewers, but
the last show that I hosted, I brought up this girl and I brought her up, and then the first thing she said when she got on stage was, "Yo, I think the host looks exactly like Nigel Thornberry."
that's so funny, Greg. Come on.
that's a bit though.
That's great. That's funny.
Which
You look like Nigel. We look like the Thornberries.
which is but listen.
I look like me with my glasses. I
But-
look like Eliza. Fuck.
but listen.
Somebody out there viewing, make that cover art, please.
It was funny, but I'm also like, no one in this audience knows what they are. And
Yeah.
she was like, does anybody know who they are?
God,
And no
you
one
look
was
so
like,
There's
much
just
like
silence.
him.
no.
Yeah.
And I
But
was
that's
like,
her risk that she gets to take. Like it's like,
I guess.
It is interesting because talking about it from a comedic perspective,
God, you really look like him.
I
I looked up so many pictures afterwards. I don't see it. And he was getting pushed, dude. He was banging his daughter and like his wife,
Whoa.
and I think they were all banging.
What the fuck? I'm gonna hit you for saying stuff like
that's
that.
Hey, you can't say that shit.
That's a Reddit wormhole.
Yeah.
But I do think it's interesting because when I'm on stage, I only talk about my stuff.
Yes.
Because then there's no risk of someone saying I stole a
Completely.
joke.
Completely.
There's no risk of offending anybody else, even though sometimes I have done that talking about like jail stuff because you'll get, people coming up to you being like, you're perpetuating stereotypes. And I'm like,
I don't
I'm
know
just
what any of those
telling
words
you
mean.
exactly what happened when I
Yeah.
was incarcerated.
Yeah.
Like I didn't say colors. I didn't say men,
Yeah.
women. I just said names.
You're the one perpetuating
Yeah.
stereotypes.
But I have gotten on stage after people who have torpedoed shows.
Yeah.
And you're like doing all these, like, if you want to do a joke about the Holocaust or Hitler or whatever, it better be fucking funny.
Yes.
Rave, all that kind of stuff. It better be
It's
funny.
funny.
Oh, the YouTube trigger words.
Yeah.
Also, what's funny is that you say the thing about Hitler
Cut
because
that.
the last time we hung out was at a mic where there was like 4 or 5
Yeah.
comics that did jokes
And I was
about
like,
it.
what the fuck are we doing? Because
Yeah.
none of it was funny.
Yeah,
and
if
if
it's
that
funny, it's
happens
different.
before I go up,
My
then you have
Holocaust
to
joke
address
is
it.
really
I think
funny.
it's fair game. If a comic before you bombs and you want to go
Yeah.
up there, you're like, ugh, that was rough.
Yeah, you.
It's
That-
easy
no,
to
no, no,
say
no, no, no,
we're
that's an
sitting
open-
on a
listen,
couch.
Listen, that's an open mic. That's not the same thing.
At an open mic, I think you have to have said something like.
An open mic is entirely different.
I
No,
think
I
at an
agree
open
with
mic, you
that.
have to have
It's
said
not
It's
even
all
something like.
comics.
It's not even
And
the
you're
same
trying stuff
conversation.
too, so I feel like the understanding in the room is like, okay, we're all here to try shit. That said, sometimes I've been like, there was one mic I was at where this guy was just saying like the weirdest things about like women's boobs, and it was like
Hell yeah.
sucking, like, and no one was laughing. It was so gross. Like we're all kind of looking at each other, like, what the fuck? And then I went up right after him, and I was just like.
I've got boobs.
I said something. I was like, it was really hot. And I was like, I'm so
That's
sweaty in
hot.
this basement, but I don't want to take my sweatshirt off because I'm wearing a tight t-shirt and I'm not doing that in this room where he just said all of that or something like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, sometimes it's even just like, that's going to be hard to follow.
Yeah. Like, and that
You get it.
line
And
got a laugh.
because, like,
and I wasn't trying to even be a dick to him.
it
I was like,
releases
you
the
just made me
tension.
so uncomfortable
Right.
for so long.
Right.
Like,
Well, and that's the other thing too about open mics, which are different than
It's
shows.
entirely different.
Because at open mics, there's an understanding. We're all comedians. You can say, like,
Everything's
you said,
new.
It's all new.
Everything's
we're all
new.
trying to work on
Yeah.
stuff. But it does not give you carte blanche to
Yeah.
just
No.
make people
Uncomfortable or
Uncomfortable.
say shit just to say
We've
it because
all-
it's
if
fucked
you
up.
moved to New York from whatever scene you were in, you have been doing comedy long enough to know
yeah, that's not going to work.
that
yeah.
this isn't a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Entirely.
This is something you thought of when you were stoned with your other buddy, and you're like, oh, the girls have one boob that's bigger than the other.
Yes,
Let's
yeah.
talk about
But
it.
And I love that. Bit,
I
by
will
the
say
way.
my biggest pet peeve is when there's a comic, because this is what Jaclyn's referring to. When there's a comic who clearly is just not the most confident and just doesn't do great. And then the next comic up after is like, just talks about how bad they were and how much
Yeah.
they
That's not what the
sucked.
time is for.
Because I'm like, dude, you have 5 minutes and you just spent 2.5
If
minutes
that.
shit talking somebody who's in the same fucking room as you,
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
This is where
spent
my
the
heel
same
comes in.
So
money.
this is the hitting.
This
and
is-
and to me, and we talked about it when you were like, do you think people think you're an asshole? This specific area, because I'm like, you are wrong, and I will like, I
I'll
don't,
hit you.
and you
I'll
will
hit
know immediately that I no longer want to look you in the eye. Like, I don't even want
I'll
you to
hit
be
you.
around me.
Yeah.
My thought on the hill, to go back to the physical violence thing, I think it creates a like dynamic where if you are a physically bigger person, you therefore have license to say more stuff.
But see, I would push back on this.
Yeah, please do.
because
Please do.
Growing up,
Yeah,
my mom, if you said something out of pocket, my mom would just
Smack
hit
you?
you in the back of the
because
head.
she's bigger than you.
Good point. Good point.
She's bigger than you. You're smaller, so you as a child, you have no platform.
That's true.
But if you grow up and you're adults and you're like I think if it becomes that, like as a woman, you kind of lose. You're so much less likely to be able to
But
talk.
Let me ask. 'cause
Obviously,
you
the
two are in a
caveat is you can never
relationship.
hit a woman.
But you two have been in a relationship for a while. If Greg says something crazy, do you ever like give him a little boop right in the back of the head or punch him in the arm or something?
Yeah.
So exactly.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like I'll be
like a
it's not
No.
really, it's not like
No.
hard.
Not what you're asking. She'll like
Because
Jaclyn
my
does.
girlfriend will straight hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaclyn does this thing where I know I've gone too far, where she's like, Greg,
yeah. I've seen it.
it's
Many
the
times.
eyebrows
But
raised.
see, even that is, we could take physical violence out. There needs to be some
Shame.
sort of shame. Thank you.
Shame.
Shame.
We're all
Shame.
coming back to
Bring
public.
back shame.
public
I think
humiliation.
bring back shame. Yeah.
Okay, this actually sounds
At
better. and
any,
this is
you
more
can be
palatable
shame
for
at
the
any
YouTubes.
size. You can participate in shame. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
I think it's dodgeball.
You know what?
I was
think
bad at
we're
that.
coming
I was
back to
anti the
dodgeball.
dodgeball thing at the beginning. I was like, I think he's trying to bring something else up, but now I'm coming back to it. I think if someone says something shitty about you,
Smack them in
you
the face
can
with
challenge
dodgeball.
them to dodgeball.
But they're not allowed to pick the ball up.
no, they are.
Oh, like a duel, but with
It's a duel, but
dodgeball.
dodgeball. We take away the
Mm.
guns and we all come back.
But wouldn't that just favor the athletic?
Yeah, get more
Yeah,
athletic,
fuck,
bitch.
This is such a good point. Yeah, because I feel
I
like
mean,
you
there's gonna
should
be
be
holes
able to
in all
be
the
all
arguments.
these
Maybe
arguments.
they use a dodgeball, but you use a bowling ball.
Okay, yeah. It's like a golf handicap.
Well, and my whole point was like, not like I'm not trying to like hurt somebody, but just
no,
like
no. Just know.
remind them like, hey, This is real life. And I've
maybe
said
not-
that. You've heard me say that at Mike's before. Like, this is real
I'm in a
life.
room with you.
Maybe
This
not
isn't
punch
online.
him in the
movie.
face then. Maybe like something else.
I
Like
think
an Indian burn, like good Indian burn.
Yeah.
I don't
Really
know
like
if you're
that.
supposed to use that.
You know?
Titty twister.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Purple nurple.
Purple nurple.
Wait, Jack, can you look up what Jamie, look up the modern day I word burn is nowadays?
I have a thought I think people who live in cities where you walk around, like New York, because like I feel like sometimes I'll see like a biker like yelling at like a pedestrian, and like people yell at each other in real life on the street in New York. Yeah, like Jaclyn.
Yeah.
Jaclyn does this to bikers. But
Yeah, I do it too.
I think that people in New York, there is an understanding because we're all out of our cars, we're all walking around, we're all on the street. People in New York are much more like, yeah, I'm saying this and I'm putting some weight behind it. Versus like if you're driving by someone and you're like asshole out your window, it's like, yeah, then you drive away in your car.
You
That's
know
the
who has
same
a
as
really good
comment
joke about
online.
that?
Who?
Jaclyn.
Really?
It's a very old joke because she's like, I hate when I get catcalled from people driving in their car.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Because it's you're driving away. Like that's
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, I think you're just around so much more. You're so exposed all the time in New York. So it's like, okay.
If
yeah,
you're gonna
anyway.
say something, you better.
If you're gonna say something, you're not getting in your car and driving away.
Yeah.
Like that person is gonna follow you off the train or whatever. Like you
and
could.
that's the other thing too, is because there's so many transplants here.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. I think a lot of times, I won't generalize because only a Sith deals in absolutes, but a lot of
Sure.
times
Oh
people
my God.
don't
I love having you on our
Maxim
podcast.
really got that
Yeah,
one.
nailed it.
Mhm.
But
Maxim
people
really
don't-
got that one.
understand like this is a city where you are around people all the time.
Totally.
Like I love it when we're coming up on the stairs because I have this bravado, but I'm very much like I'm not going to say anything
Yeah.
unless it's an actual issue.
Yeah.
But I love it when there's a dude behind me like, yo, fucking go. I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, finally.
yes.
You're like,
The camaraderie of that.
Yes,
nothing like it.
"Queen."
Nothing like it.
Somebody had to say it, and
Yeah.
it wasn't gonna be me.
The only time I've ever gotten physical on a train, because I've been accosted a couple times, you know,
Whoa.
You've been what?
accosted
Accosted.
on the train. Has this happened to you?
I don't know what
You don't
that
know
word
any
means.
words.
Because
Because
I've just been sitting on the
Costa
train,
Rica?
approached. Yeah.
like
Costa
someone
Rica.
screaming at you.
Yeah.
I've been accosted on the train a few
gonna
times,
accost you.
but in my head, I was always like, this person's just gonna yell. But again, I'm this, so I know they're not gonna be dumb enough to swing.
Oh yeah, people
Like they're not gonna be dumb enough to do something. Like I walk around with teeth, like I got scars all over my body. Like
you
they're
have a
not gonna be
tic-tac-toe scar.
stupid
Yeah.
enough.
You know how low you had to have been in your life to have a scar of a tic-tac-toe?
This is from what I tried to, you know.
Oh, don't have to do that.
And then I got this
You
one.
brought it up.
I didn't see that.
But I know they're not going to do anything. It was only one time ever where I was on the train when I first moved to New York with my ex. We were sitting on the train and she was here and I was against the wall. And an unhoused gentleman came on the train, like drunk out of his mind, fucking homeless, vagrant piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
There it is.
And he went and he
Wait for it.
sat down, like it was an open train. And then he sat down right next to her and was
Yeah.
like drunk and his butt was hanging out. And I literally was like, yo, and I got up and I pushed him like out
How
of the
did she
thing.
react to that when you did that?
She was just like, New York.
Mm. See, that's
I love
what-
her.
No, it was the ex.
Yeah,
like
I
we
know.
like her, we don't love her.
I was kidding. I
the-
think she sounds.
The funniest part about being with Jaclyn in public is I will do that. Like if I'm just like a man on principle,
Yeah.
and if I think you
Stand on it. Yeah.
right, and I
Yeah.
stand on it, right, and I will
Me
do it in
too.
front of Jaclyn and for Jaclyn if I have to. But Jack absolutely hates
You hate it?
confrontation. Like she gets so nervous of me like doing this. Like she's like, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like Greg, like I just
You gotta
walk
get
away.
yoked
You
again,
walk
and then
away.
she won't be
Jeez.
nervous. She won't be
I
yoked.
walk out of shows at 2 a.m, and this is probably going to be a
Do you ever think that you kind of want it? You miss
I was
it
just about to bring
because
it
you
up
miss
where
it.
I'm like, please someone say something stupid enough for me to do
Whoa.
something.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if
I
I
think-
lose, that's a fucking GoFundMe. All my famous
Yes.
friends are going to be
Yes.
like, yo.
Maxim,
Yeah.
have you ever had that feeling as well? Like, I hope someone pushes me today.
I'm the guy who I no, not really. I don't confront. It takes a lot for me to get to that point.
But
Yeah,
you're like,
same.
but like, has there been days where you want to get to that point? Just you wake up and you're like, today's the day I want somebody to push me past that line because I want
Absolutely not.
Okay, interesting.
Actually, a cool guy.
We're on this boat
I know.
alone. But
Yeah.
I really wonder what it is.
I leave shows all the time
psychologically.
without my headphones in, being like, please somebody do something.
That's interesting. All the time is a crazy way to say
Yeah,
that.
I think
I'm not-
sometimes I think I'm
But
like
you also
that,
have to
but I
remember
don't
the
want
life that I'm coming from.
For sure.
Yeah.
No,
My
for sure.
life
But-
now is
but-
exorbitantly boring.
But even
Yeah.
more,
I want to make it
is
worse.
so
Come
boring.
on.
It is. But even beyond everything bad, you're an athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to prove it. You're an athlete.
You're an
Yeah.
athlete, and there's that physical.
For those of you
Competition.
listening and watching who don't know, I was a Division I running back.
And
And
he
had
looks it.
a
He looks
ton
it.
of
Look at
ton of
that.
playing
Look at
time.
that. Clip that.
A ton of playing time. Just ask
All right.
Alfred Morris.
Relax.
You guys, this is
Just
tragedy.
because the guy in front of me played 10 years in the NFL.
You like that I knew that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the one guy in front of you.
Yeah.
This is tragic, but I think we have to apologize soon.
That was a ladder. Yeah. I
I could talk to you forever and ever, and I know
you say that every time.
No, because Brennan and I on our podcast, or on my episode of your podcast, I was at your apartment for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Brennan's
And
right.
I was like, wait, no, we have to keep going.
Well, we had so much to talk about.
Yeah, it was true.
We gotta get Jack back on.
As we do this time, I'm like, I want to know more about this Hill to Die On. I think, I don't know where we landed on this.
I just think
I think it came back to
shame.
dodgeball.
I think shame and dodgeball is
I
kind of the
think
answer.
I think more people need to have shame because again, we're talking about all this like we don't like confrontation. I agree with Maxim on that point.
Yeah.
I don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
I look for it sometimes because again,
Sometimes
my life
people
now
deserve
is
it.
so. But that's my point.
I think it bottles
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
At least for me, like I never have a day where I'm like, I want to kill somebody
Yeah.
today. But I've had a year where I'm like, I'm tired of getting treated like shit.
Especially the
this.
jobs we work.
You know?
yeah.
You get
guys are
treated
both
because we
food
both work in
service,
restaurants,
yeah.
so we're
Yeah.
getting treated like shit by some of our guests. We get treated by like shit
The
by the
staff,
bookers.
yeah.
We get treated like shit by the kitchen staff. We get treated like shit by like
No booker has ever treated me like shit.
Bookers
have
had
only-
bookers have only
nothing-
been nice
But you
to
know
me
what I'm
ever.
saying? Like,
Yes,
not
I
they
know, I
won't do
know.
it to your
I
face,
know,
but they'll
I
be
know.
like, "Oh, we love you. We should
Everybody,
have you back," and then
everybody.
they won't return your emails, and you're like,
Everybody
"Just
always.
say what you
I'm
mean,
excited
dude."
to talk about this off pod.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have anything to apologize for?
Yeah, we do a public apology at the end of our.
I would like to publicly apologize for my promotion of physical violence.
Yeah, I
on
think
this
that's
episode.
good.
To be honest, I forgot about it.
I think it was a huge part of the episode, but I loved it.
It really was. Actually, we really went anti-America
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I'm apologizing to America. So
Listen here, Grace.
yeah,
I'm apologizing to the face muscles on his body that have to do whatever that is in order to make that
You
bad
guys got
accent
something
work.
heavy I can lift up for the viewers?
yeah. Anything in here, just pick it up. It's totally.
I want to
fine.
apologize to the Planet Fitness in Astoria.
You have got to be out of your fucking mind if you think I go to
You
Planet.
got something to say
Did you
about
see how
Planet Fitness?
aggressive
Fight
I
right
got?
now.
Yeah, we
Fight
fight
right
right now.
Planet Fitness.
What gym do you go to?
I go to a gym called Synergy. It's an old school bodybuilding gym, so it's just
Whoa.
weights.
Nice,
There's 4 cardio machines upstairs.
nice. I like this. I
Uh,
like
Greg,
this.
maybe when you get your big boy muscles, you can come lift with
Yeah,
me.
Greg.
I'll see you in a
you can
couple of
pick
years.
stuff up. You can power
Stop!
lift.
You're not fucking Teddy Cruz.
I'm now it's
Teddy
a nervous.
Cruz?
What's his name?
We gotta-
Terry Crews.
Terry
God
Crews.
damn it.
He's racist. You saw it.
And that's our podcast, Hill to Die On.
I want to apologize to Terry Crews.
yeah,
He actually
apologize
is
to
an
Terry Crews.
extremely
He deserves
inspirational
it.
dude. He has this video talking about how he like came back from like a porn addiction, and honestly is one of the most powerful things that you could watch because it's something that no one talks about. You know how many Brennans are out there like, yeah, I used to do drugs and shit. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Old news. This
Do you
dude's
guys ever
talking about
watch porn and not do anything?
I don't watch
it?
porn. Sorry.
yeah.
It's like watching a movie.
Everyone calls me weird for doing that. but
Well, it
sometimes
is.
I just
It's bad. It's
Is
not
it?
good. It's an addiction. I've been
Okay.
down that rabbit hole. We'll get.
Okay.
We'll talk.
I do have addictive tendencies.
We're
Yeah,
bringing
no,
you
for
back
sure.
on
Are
to
you the
talk about
youngest in
your
the
porn
family?
addiction.
Me and my twin, yeah.
He's a twin. Whoa.
Dude, we are genetically modified to be more addicted.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. All right, yo,
You
that's
guys
been
have-
the pod.
This has been our podcast.
Grace has been some reason like she's angry for some reason right now.
We
She's
gotta
like,
wrap
"Shut
up,
up."
right?
I'm
We're at
worried
the
about
time.
the time.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
That's the oldest sibling in me. I'm responsible.
At Brennan T Comedy on all social media. Check out
follow
my
him,
podcast, Your
Ex
Ex
Drinking
Drinking
Buddy.
Buddy.
I don't
Your
know.
Ex Drinking Buddy on all social media.
Where can we see you if we're in the U.S.? And
I'll be in Denver in September. I'm doing Grizzly Pear. I'm doing
In New York.
The Stand. I
could
got
have just
shows
stopped
all
it.
around.
It's at the
Denver.
cellar every Wednesday.
yeah,
I am at the Cellar every Wednesday. Oh, I'm at the Olive.
burger, medium, 3 ketchups,
I'm
and
at
a
the
small
Olive Tree
glass
every
of
Wednesday if you want
ice
to come
water.
by and say hi.
Yeah.
This has been Grace Lobo.
I'm Grace Lobo.
Do you have anything to
Follow-
plug?
No, nothing. Oh,
Pucker Comedy.
Yeah, Pucker Comedy.
when
but
is that?
It's on Thursday. So This will
Exactly.
be out,
So
but-
when this
I'm
comes
still
out,
waiting to get
Yeah.
it will be on that
oh
Thursday.
yeah, we got you.
My name's Greg Melly, at Greg Melly.
Follow our podcast at Hill to Die On Pod. We love you.
And that's been Jaclyn at jacksowack,
yeah.
Maxim at Maxim not so whack,
Oh,
and
we gotta work on our outro.
my friend's basement at my friend's basement. Yeah, you just cut us off. We
Sorry.
show some love.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Hey, thank you guys for listening to season 1 of Hill to Die On. That's episode 30. So we are going to take a little break. We'll be back in September with season 2 of Hill to Die On. If I don't literally kill Greg in the interim, which is always a possibility. You never know. But yeah, have a good rest of the summer. We'll see you in the fall. Love you. Bye.